We're talking with Aurea McGarry, and I'm telling you, I'm just learning so much. I'm just drinking up what you're telling me all about. And you said Proverbs 6:3 is one of your favorite.
16:3.
16:3, excuse me, is one of your favorite verses.
It's one of my favorite verses, especially for business, because it says, give your works wholly to the Lord, and he will bless and prosper them. And sometimes people forget that, you know, God can bless your work as well as everything else. And I've been healed physically from an illness, but your work is to be blessed too. And he says, put your hand to do, and he will bless it. But we have to put our hand to do. So I love teaching and inspiring entrepreneurship, and especially, again, women's and teens that are in entrepreneurship or thinking about it, because you can give it all to God and let him be your pilot. And it's okay to feel the fear and do it anyway and step out. Has he given you a dream? Has he given you a goal that, gosh, you really wish you could, stop working the job and start something of your own? We created the TV show from just an idea. And it was one of those, do you want to do it? To my husband, he goes, yeah. Do you? Yep. Know how? Nope. Let's do it. And we just had that desire. We knew God wanted us to do it. And sometimes it's just about that. And I want people to know that. So that's why I love that verse.
Now, with your books and all, and the Legacy Summit that's coming up, and with all of your speaking, do you speak in churches?
Oh,
obviously.
yes.
I mean,
of course.
to ladies' groups. I would guess that you would be in pulpits on Sunday morning, preaching and teaching.
I haven't done that yet. I do a lot of women's groups, Bible studies, things like that. And I do a lot more, though, of speaking to entrepreneurs.
Do you?
Yeah, it just seems that's where the calling is, and people always inviting me to speak at their events, their women's events, their workshops. That keeps me really busy. But lately, it's funny you asked, I've been really feeling a calling. I was just talking to my agent, as a matter of fact, saying I'd really like to talk to more churches. You kind of get in waves where you're talking to churches for a while, then all of a sudden I haven't spoken to one in a while. But I love the women's groups, and I love the teen groups especially. So if I can give women hope and give teens hope, that gives me just sheer joy.
Listen, here's someone for your next ladies group meeting, whether it be large or small. That's not the issue. You're just available.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what God's called me for. That's why I still have my voice.
And I mean, can we put that website back up there that you can, and you can, there it is. You can get a hold of her, that telephone number, 404-723-38. Is that your number?
Yeah, they're giving away my cell number. That's okay. I take
That's
calls.
her cell number. Call after 11 p.m. She'll be sure to answer it. Or you can go to www.aureamcgarry.com or leaveyourlegacysummit.com. And there's her Gmail, liveyourlegacysummit@gmail.com. And do we have an address? Because we have several folks maybe who don't have computers or cell phones. How could they write you snail mail? I know that.
Snail mail?
Yes, ma'am. And there are a lot of folks that would like to write you. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I would say maybe send it to the studio because I only have my home address, which I won't give away.
Sure. No.
But if you want to do that, we could do that.
Yeah. You could write. Aurea here, okay? And we'll get that forwarded to her at her home. So if you don't have a computer, or you're not computer literate, you don't have a smartphone for dumb people like me, don't worry, okay? You just write us here at Channel 16 and put it to the attention of Aurea McGarry, and we'll make sure she gets it.
I'll just have to come back and pick it up.
Yeah. And she won't. She's just down the road 2.5 hours. She won't mind doing that. And with all of your gifts your strength is obviously communicating. I mean, because God, his hand is on you. He's using you. And, sometimes people can get lost, if you will. I don't mean this in the bad way, in the fame of TV. And it's refreshing to talk with someone who's just blessed of God, realizes that she has been blessed, and he's got his hand on you.
He does. I'm just a staple of what's happened, experience. Because back in the day, I did want to be a rich and famous singer, dancer, and actress. I had the showbiz Hollywood buzz. And that's all I could think of. I didn't care about being behind the camera. I wanted to be in front of the camera. My mom was a model. My brother was talented in show business. And now it's funny how he's taken that desire, that gift he gave me. I'm not afraid to talk in front of people. I love TV. I love all that. And turned it around for a totally different purpose.
Right.
But the training was all there for a reason.
Right.
Sometimes God will, like I said, will give you the desire desires of your heart, but in His timing, His way, for His purpose, if you allow Him. Because if
Right.
I look back in my 20s, it was for a totally different reason.
Yeah.
It was I couldn't get enough of being on stage and doing musicals and doing this. Now I love being here. I'm not selling anything. It's just I want more people to know there's hope
Right.
and there's goodness, because now the world can be such a horrible place in places and times, and people can get really down. Is there a God? If there was, why is so many bad things happening? And I want them to know that yes, He's still here. And why bad things happen? He said it's part of life, and we never want it. And I think of, you know, when I met Scarlett Lewis, who lost her 6-year-old. You know, you think, oh my gosh, there can't be a God if that happens. White children. And there is a reason. We don't always understand it, but God wants to turn everything around to good. We just have to allow Him and stay positive. And if I can just get on my soapbox and be anywhere at any time in any group, let them know that expect your miracle, and don't get caught up in the negative of the world. Get caught up in the solutions and how you can turn this around and make it better. Maybe you're about to start a nonprofit that can help the people of a tragedy that maybe just happened. You know, another one that I love that we honored at my summit last year was the Canine Comfort Dogs. This is great. You'll love this.
Tell me, yes.
People will sometimes look at me, oh, of course, Aurea, you can help the world because you can speak and talk and blah, blah, blah. No, that just happens to be my gift. But imagine if all you have at home is a cat or a dog or a guinea pig or a rabbit, and you take that little furry animal out and you put smiles on people's faces at a nursing home or at a children's school. That is a ministry, and that is a gift.
Yes, it is.
And the Canine Comfort Dogs took that idea of dogs are here for a reason. Animals are here for enjoyment. And it's a proven fact, if you pet animals, you will live longer. And it makes you happy and releases endorphins that are good for you. So they started that, where they now go to all the tragedies. They were at the Orlando bombing. They were at the Boston Marathon bombing. They were at the Newtown, Connecticut shooting with their golden retrievers in hand. When sometimes all you can do is bring those Goldens into the crowd of those people suffering, and they pet the dogs, and you sit back and you just see what happens. And do those adults as humans have to do anything special or sing or dance? No. They brought in the puppies, and they bring smiles and joy when sometimes you have no words. Like I know from yesterday, people are saying they have no words. Sometimes you have no words after a bombing and a shooting. We don't understand. But you can just bring in a dog or give somebody a hug. People, if you don't have an animal, can you go in today to a hospital or nursing home and just give hugs? I mean, imagine. It can be as simple as that.
You know, I tell my people so many times, there's also a ministry called the Ministry of Presence, and that is that you might go to a funeral home, you might go to a hospital room, you might go to someone's home who's lost a loved one, and you don't have to say one thing, but be there, because in the weeks to come, odds are they're going to say, thank you so much for coming by the house. It meant so much. Or thanks for coming by my hotel, my room. And you didn't do anything but just went in. But God uses that, you know. And obviously, your ministry, I mean, you're just giving springboard to so many people who, if they'll just use their noggin, they could do some things that could not just change their life, but maybe even change the world.
Absolutely. You know, just be kind and be nice.
With all of these books and, you know, the multitude streams of income, and this is volume 1. Is there another volume?
Yeah, that's a collaboration I did with a woman, Aurea, and that's multiple streams of incomes. I wrote in there about how to make your income with direct sales, because I've been in direct sales for 20 years, and that actually gave me the car I won to use as an escape car when I left my domestic abuser. So I'm all about having your own business. So I teach clients how to have a successful business.
Well, listen, one thing you're going to do, you're gonna autograph a book from me before you leave tonight, all right? And you're going to let me have that, just like Danny in just a little bit is going to autograph his CD and let me have it. I want you to take in these closing moments that you and I have together. I want you to look at Nick's camera. And there are folks who've been listening to you, maybe some ladies or men, ladies who've suffered domestic abuse, people who need a jump start, people who need your excitement. Speak to our, whatever God's placed on your heart. There's someone and somebody is listening tonight. Please talk to them.
It's so funny when people put you on the spot like that. Guess what? You're going to say something. And I always just say, okay, Lord, whatever you want. Because before I come to anything like this, I always pray, Lord, give me the words to speak, to touch even one person. And the first thing I just love to let people know, if you're watching, I am nobody special. I am just the girl next door, a wife, a mother, a person just like you are, whether you're a male or a female watching. God loves you as much as he loves me. There's no respect of person when it comes to God. So I want you to expect your miracle. But something that happens that I love to tell people is don't try to live this life alone. The best thing that happened to me was when I buddied up with my mom, who helped me escape domestic violence, with my best friend, with my daughter, with people that love and care about you, say, hey, I'm in this situation. And when I think about all the people that are sitting home alone, maybe right now, in a predicament or in a situation, you're thinking you're the only one and there's no way out or there's no more joy or happiness, I want you to pick up the phone right now. If you don't have somebody to call this station, and they didn't pay me to say that. call the station. My husband called the 700 Club almost every day when I was dying of cancer, the chemo. The cancer was curable. The chemo almost killed me. And I'll never forget just hearing him praying on the other line with the 700 Club. And it just filled my spirit with joy and love, because you can feel the prayers. So I encourage you to pray with somebody, to call somebody, call a best friend. Just don't be alone, because we were not meant to be in this world alone. I always think of Noah's Ark, 2 by 2, 4 by 4, they were in it together. So if God wanted the animals to be together, how much more does he want us to? So I challenge you to find one person. And if you can't find one person, there's plenty of people, like you were saying, there's plenty of people here that care that you can call. So I want you to know, expect your miracle, because even if you don't get the miracle you're thinking you want, you're praying for, you're happier for believing in positive and miracles than not. And who knows, God may surprise you. And it's always about his timing, not ours. So don't pray thinking, God, right now, today, do this thing. God, your will be done. And that's kind of how I've lived my life. God, your will be done. We're in this together. Let's move forward. And who can I help because this has happened? And find the silver lining.
Just listening to this sweet lady who God is using in a marvelous way. We all have our ups and downs.
Yeah.
We have good days and bad days.
Oh, yeah.
But God is using you in such a marvelous way, and having written these books. Now, I've not read them, okay? I want you to know that. But just looking through them, looking at the titles and seeing, I'm telling you, you need to get these books. Go to our website, particularly this one that I won't survive, I'll thrive.
Amen.
This one, Leading Women. 20 influential women share their secrets to leadership, business, and life. Folks, come on. This is someone who you've heard, you've seen her. This is the real thing, all right? Really, she's the real thing. And you even have her phone number we put up there for you, and you can call her and talk to you. Really.
Really. Come to Atlanta. Come to my summit.
I will. I know the summit, the Legacy Summit's coming up in September. And I may go in and see my sister Denise.
Yay.
And I've got the information here.
It's on the website.
I want to thank you for being here.
My
You
pleasure.
are a joy.
Thank you.
Thank you
You're awesome. Thank you for all
very,
you do.
very much.
Thank
and
you.
we look forward to having you back again.
I'll come back.
And oh my,
Be happy to.
we want to hear more and more and more. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.